What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel and I am the co-founder of Flourish Lashes. So today's video is going to be all about beginner tips that you are going to need to start talking to your clients. So if you are a brand new lash artist and you are struggling a little bit with how to communicate with your clients, let them know that you're a beginner. Let them know all about the services you offer, maybe some pricing that you're not too sure of, you're not sure how to actually say it. This video, you are not going to want to miss it. Okay, so I'm going to go through a couple different scenarios on what you could experience in terms of speaking to your clients. So the first one is going to be a brand new client, your first client that is going to be your first paid client, because that could be a bit tricky. The second one is going to be a brand new client that isn't a paid client. And the third one is actually going to be a friend turned into a paid client from a free client, because I know we all have those. And sometimes it can get a little sticky when you're trying to figure out, how do I tell you that you are now having to pay for your service? So let's get into it. The first one, which is the first time paid client. So this could be a brand new client that you have no clue how to deal with. It is your first time talking to somebody about lashes, and it could definitely be a bit scary. So when it comes to, is somebody coming up here? So first things first, when you are dealing with a first-time client or a first-time client for you, you do want to explain the process, go through all of that good stuff that you've just learned, but you actually want to emphasize that you are a beginner. The reason being is because you want to set the expectations for your client. So if you aren't actually telling your client that you're a beginner and then, you're taking a bit longer, or, maybe things aren't as expected, that can be where it gets sticky between you and the client, and then it's a bad impression, and that's what we don't want. Just really emphasize your excitement about it, emphasize your growth, how much you're excited to start doing this process, learn throughout the process, to really give them that comfort that you are still trying to get better. And really and truly, it's about making sure that your client knows what they're in for. And I know that this can be kind of scary because you don't want to shy away a certain client or a client that is inquiring and they may or may not want to go to a beginner. And I know that that can be super disappointing, because yes, you will have clients that may want to go to somebody a little bit more experienced, and that's okay. You want to be in the position where you're at the beginning phase, you're excited, you're feeling good, you want to build that confidence. So setting expectations is not only good for the client, but it is also highly beneficial for you as a beginner lash artist. Okay, now let's get into a first-time client, but a non-paying client. So this could be a friend, this could be a stranger, this could be a family member, but let's go into a stranger, because really and truly, you're gonna be so comfortable talking to your friend or your family member. So when we are talking about a stranger that is a non-paying client, you still want to set the right expectation. So yes, it is gonna be less of an expectation because they know that they're getting a free service, which is great because it puts less pressure onto you. And I highly, highly, highly recommend free services all the time, because when you are learning, like I said, you can get frustrated very easily, and it takes one set to kind of start making you feel a little discouraged, and you don't want that because it's already something that can be a bit tricky. So free sets are the way to go. Again, less expectation from the client, less pressure on you. But when you are talking to a client that is a new client that is a non-paying client, you still want to give them the best service that you possibly can. You want to be very thankful and very grateful to that client, because even though they're not paying you, they're still sitting there, they're taking the risk of you applying lashes onto them. And when they do message you, you want to kind of set this up in a way where it's going to be more of a model situation. You're trying to build your portfolio. You're looking for models. You're looking for someone to try certain sets on. So realistically, these clients that are free, these clients that are models, can now become long-term clients if you treat the situation correctly. I have definitely had clients that were free services, models, that may or may not have felt a little uncomfortable because it was a free service, but they did come back just based on the experience that they had with me. Now, the other thing to put out there is that usually when you have a client that is free or a model, chances are they're not really into lashes that much. More than likely, they are a client that is maybe looking to try it out, maybe looking to get it done for a one-time situation. But the thing to remember here is that now you are in a position to make this client actually fall in love with lashing. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just the service that you provide in terms of the set. It's all about the experience. So this is your chance to now persuade this client to become a long-term client for you. So all in all, when it comes to non-paying clients, do not let them slip through your fingers. Make sure that you are taking full advantage of the entire situation when it comes to free sets, models, building your profile, all that stuff. Okay, now let's get into the last one. This one is a bit tricky, and I know that a lot of lash artists have the issue, or not even just lash artists, it could be any service that you do. But when you are going with friends and your friends are, or friends or family, doesn't matter. But when you have friends that were getting the service for free and they are now trying to become clients, or you're trying to get them into the phase of being clients, paid clients. So this one can be a bit tricky in terms of how you word the actual conversation, but really and truly, you don't want to overthink the situation. And even if this friend or family member chooses not to come back after you do charge them, you have to take that with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, this is a business. You are trying to build your business. And if the people who are closest to you don't want to support you by actually paying you for your services, then those are not the people that you want to be servicing. So really and truly, switching from a free service to a paid service can go either way. And it is a 50-50 chance, because at the end of the day, maybe the person who was getting it from you isn't really into lashing, and maybe that they were only getting it because it was free, which is fine. And once you start charging them, they're like, you know what, peace out, I'm done. That's okay. But for the clients or friends that actually do like getting lashes and then want to switch to a paid service, or you want to switch them to a paid service, there is a way to kind of soften the situation. So, okay, sorry about that, guys. My camera died, so I had to do the last half of this video a different day. So the point that I was trying to make here is that when it comes to actually switching your client from a friend model client to a paid client, it really comes down to how you word it and how you present the situation. So the easiest thing to do is, if you are a brand new lash artist now starting to take clients, is to actually put it out there on your social media. Hey, I will be charging as of XYZ. This is my new rate, blah, blah, blah. And, hopefully they get the hint. If not, that's okay. Sometimes you may have clients that you talk to on a regular basis that you may deal with privately, and they kind of have an understanding, you have an understanding. And then that is when you actually have to do the conversation. So the easiest way to do that now is to kind of let them know, hey, I am going to be stopping my free sets, so that they don't feel like you're targeting them specifically. Maybe that way it kind of sounds like you have multiple people that you do for free, and then that way they can be like, oh, okay, so you're no longer giving people free sets in general, which kind of sounds a little bit better than I'm no longer providing you with a free set. So that way you're able to kind of group them in together, and it does sound, like I said, softer. So you can just be like, hey, I am no longer going to be offering free sets just due to the fact that I am getting a bit busier. I am actually booking clients and I'm getting a little bit more filled up. So that is kind of the easiest way to work around it. But I do want to say that at the end of the day, you have to have this conversation, and it's something that a lot of us go through as lash artists, kind of transitioning from that friendship free set to wanting people to purchase the set or pay for the service. And it can go either way. So it's all about how you word it, how you present it. But at the end of the day, if someone does get upset about it, there's not much you can do. At the end of the day, you are running a business, and you do have to put your business first, especially after a set amount of time that you are offering this free set. So that is my take on that. Okay, so this video was actually requested by somebody, so I hope that this is helpful, and I hope that this actually does help you if you are in this situation, or you feel like you're going to be approaching this situation anytime soon. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will be back with something new next time. Bye.